Hello, this is Jeff Altgilbers. I'm a Platinum International Diamond with 4Life Research. I've been with the company 15 years, and I'm here in Hong Kong with Chris Lockwood. He's our Chief Scientific Officer for 4Life Research. He's recently joined us, and so I just wanted to take a few minutes to be able to introduce him to you so that you know better about our future. And when I talk about our future, I'm talking about our future with 4Life because he's our future. So I want you to know him more. Chris, can you share with us a little bit about your background, what you've accomplished?
Yeah, well, my background is not as common to chief scientific officers. I have a quite diverse background. My PhD is exercise physiology, and I have got over 35 peer-reviewed publications that you can go find online. And so I've done a lot of university research and have been very well published in the area of metabolism and body composition. But before that, I was a consultant, much like distributors. You know, I was running my own business. I was had many folks that I worked with, from raw material suppliers to brands. I was prior to that the editor-in-chief at Muscle and Fitness and Muscle and Fitness Hers magazines. Those are obviously internationally distributed fitness magazines throughout the world. We had 77.5 million in circulation at the time.
Yeah, there was something in there about Matthew McConaughey. Could you tell us something about that, your relationship with him?
It was an article on bodybuilding.com, but yeah, I did, and I still do work with celebrities from time to time through a friend of mine, Gunnar Peterson, who's kind of a trainer to the stars. I worked with Matthew to get him ready for Magic Mike, which many of your distributors may be familiar with. And Gunnar and I worked very closely with Matthew to get, I worked on his nutrition and supplement plan and created some custom supplements for him. In my consulting side of my life, I've worked with Sylvester Stallone when he did a brand. We helped formulate a brand and get that into a GNC. But I also, to segue there, prior to working with Stallone, I was at GNC. I ran the diet division of General Nutrition Centers, so it was about a $280-ish million division at the time, back when Ephedra was still at its height of the industry. And obviously I was there. I was brought in to help manage the transition away from ephedrine. Before that, I worked at American Bodybuilding. I've run brands. So my background is a little different. I've done category sales. I've done distributor sales. I've done product formulation. And so when I approach a product and marketing, Trent Tenney and company will attest, I tend to bring a little bit more to the table from a standpoint of, I understand the consumer side. At Muscle and Fitness, I understand the quasi education side of how do you make it simple and digestible. And so when I look at a product, I look at it from that side. And then lastly, I look at it because I'm a consumer first and foremost. And so my background, I love what I do. It's a blast.
You have an incredible background.
Thanks.
And with that incredible background that you've had and what you've accomplished, why did you choose 4Life?
I get that question a lot. It's an interesting story. Before I was contacted by David and Bianca and Steve and Danny Lee, I had a very successful consulting business. I was doing a lot of research in small molecular weight proteins from whey protein. My interest at the time was trying to find what peptides are causing this improved recovery response, what peptides in whey are helping muscle grow, what peptides in whey is helping burn fat. And so I was investing my own money in that and my own company money in that. I had clients that I worked with. And so to then be contacted by David and team, it was just it was a no-brainer. I was running a successful business, but I have a wife and 2 daughters, and you know how it is that when you're first growing your business, it's 24/7. There is no time. There's a lot of personal sacrifice to that. And my family deserved more of my time. I want to see more stability. I've worked with a lot of companies, a lot of great people, but there was something special and unique about David and Bianca and team I'd never seen before. I never had the pleasure to be around people that were just so giving and kind as owners and as bosses. and they've continued that. So it was an easy choice. It was as many distributors can understand is, sometimes you financially have to look at yourself and say, is it money or is it what I do? Money wasn't as great initially, but I saw the opportunity being huge. What they offered me and put in front of me and said, we'll support you to continue doing research in this area. We'll support you to continue leading down this direction. Was not something I was going to be able to do on my own as a distributor. I also have an idealistic mentality. I do want to help more people in the world. I love being fit. I love the energy it gives me. I love what it does for my family, and I want to share that. And so I couldn't do that as a consultant. When I was at Muscle Fitness, I could talk to people. And so when I saw the distributor network and saw the opportunity that we could actually take this out to the world, and I could make it easy for people to live a better, healthier life, that was a big plus for me as well, and why I came on team.
You spoke earlier in the meeting about the great job that Cal had done in laying the groundwork in quality control. But what about innovation? You spoke about that.
Dr. Cal did a wonderful job, especially in the quality side. I mean, so that was something that was foreign to me. A lot of my clients, when I was a consultant, I would be brought in because they were in trouble. They had made claims that they shouldn't have made, and they needed somebody to run a clinical study to help substantiate their claims. They weren't performing things at a quality level, so they needed somebody to come in and improve their quality control, their quality assurance, to get them up to GMPs, good manufacturing practices. Cal and Brent and Shane invested so much of the last 6 years into developing our analytical lab, developing our quality control plan. For Life dedicated a lot of their time into that. And so having all those tools for once, and then just finding the right person, and Dr. David Vollmer, who I've told you about, to actually run it and actually even make it into everything it could potentially be, that was a wonderful find. It was great. As far as the science goes, rarely do you come into a company that has the patents that For Life has, and that gives the products the support that they give, that support the research initiative that we're supporting. And also, again, For Life is very unique. I can't say that enough. I say it on stage a lot. Is that until you've gone out and worked for so many of these companies like I have, and seen the way other companies try to just get by, if the FDA says they want you at least here, there's a lot of people who will just go to that level. There's a lot of people who go just below it and hope that they can kind of walk their way up. I really appreciate having the support from David and Bianca and Steve, that their goal is to be an industry trendsetter in quality control and what we're doing on an innovation side, and that's a rare find. And so that wasn't anything new. That's part of the DNA of the company.
Okay, so that's an important point. Building on our past, where do you see the future? Where are we going with this company now?
Yeah, that's the fun question. So, yeah, Cal was spending so much of his time, and when I first got there, my entire time was spent on quality until I brought in Dave and was able to turn that over to Dr. Vollmer. Innovation is where we stand. So as you've heard me on stage say, our research and development is 3 pillars. We're innovation, substantiation, and education. Innovation, I don't like to follow. I want to lead, and the support that Steve and everybody has given me to allow me to go out there and find new things, to go and find ways that we can expand our TF patents, our transfer factor patents, to create new patents, to create new ingredients, to truly innovate the way research and development you expect it, your distributors expect it, that we're doing every day. That's been a joy, and you'll see more and more of that. That's where I spend my time now, is what are the new things that we can do that other companies aren't even thinking of. So I look at things from a physiological standpoint, and I say, let's look at these processes. Let's find a better mousetrap to get to this end point. Let's make it simple. Let's make it effective. Let's make it where you feel it. And so, like Renuvo is a great example. The goal with Renuvo, I feel it was very well achieved. We innovated. We came out with a new product, new idea, We researched it. We did a clinical study. We substantiated, my second pillar of our R&D department. We did that before we ever decided to launch it. We wanted to make sure that what we came out with was effective, did what we said it was going to do, and it was safe. And so we were able to launch a very successful marketing platform, which comes to my third, is education. We have to make what we do is simple. We also have to give marketing the tools in this new FDA regulated environment from which they can make strong claims that allow you to compete against other people who feel that they fly so far under the radar. They just say whatever they want. Well, we are too big of a company to do that, and we have too much to lose if we did that. So innovation to us is, from ideation, coming up with things based on theory, based on seeing something, in a study, taking it into lab. We now have the personnel, we have the resources. We now fund, as I've told you, we fund Auburn University, a lab there, where we are doing true ideation, innovation. We're looking at substantiation there. It is fun. It's a fun time. You should really thank David and Steve and Bianca for the support they're giving on investing in the long-term future, because it's a lot of fun, and I see a lot of big things coming down. We're working on many new products that I hope you guys will be as excited about when we launch them as I am about creating them.
I'm excited.
So,
Chris, I want to thank you for spending time with me and sharing with everyone your thoughts and your passion. Thank you so much. You heard it, friends. This is the future of For Life research. Innovation, cutting-edge products, future patents. No other company has this. And what an incredible man that we have. I'm so excited, just the things I heard him talk about at this recent meeting. And no doubt you're going to hear about it at our future convention, so be sure that you're there. I think that's the important thing, to know where we're going as a company, as leaders. Our future is very bright.